that in the chat. Yep. There we go. Put that in the chat. I've been blessed, cuzzo. Honestly, I've been blessed. I'm a full-time YouTuber now. I'm a full-time YouTuber now. I'm a full-time YouTuber now. Trying to get right. Help me out, y'all. I hope y'all not. Shout out to those who was like, yo, you got wiped on the left side of your face and all of that. Shout out to everybody. Let me see. Invite. Email. What's his name? Aaron. Boom. Send. Yeah. There we go. My number is still the same. I don't know if I'm ever gonna get rid of that number, honestly. Everybody. So we was having a conversation. Earlier. That my number is definitely the same, cousin. You can hit me anytime. Assalamu alaikum. Listen, the OG is in the chat room right now. Listen, my big brother Dwayne, man, when I tell you a beautiful person, man, he's one of the most beautiful people I ever met in my life. I'm not saying that because because my God. I'm saying he's my God because he is a beautiful person. That's why he's my God. Let's be clear. He's one of the most beautiful men. A heart is gold. Man, it's always love, man. There's always love. And man, I'm glad that you're here, brother. I was sitting here, I was talking earlier. I was actually talking about how I know what we say out of our mouths, but our actions doesn't reflect what we say out of our mouths. Now, Aaron makes me get shout out to Toya, right? We say we want people to love us. We say that. We say we want to be understood. I'm going to use that. We say we want to be understood, but we are not willing to do what it takes to be understood. We want people to guess. I'm going to repeat myself. We say we want to be understood, but we're not willing to sacrifice to do what's necessary to be understood. We want people to guess. Listen, everybody in the chat room, hit the like button. Please hit the like button. Right? So, no, definitely we back. So, what do I mean? We are scared to be transparent. I was saying earlier, we're scared to be transparent in the name of, I don't want this to get thrown in my face. Worrying about all of the wrong things. You got to take risks, baby girl. Playboy, you got to take risks. That's life. Life is based on relationships. How do we build relationships? I want to know. How do we build relationships? What is key ingredients to build a authentic relationship. Now, if you don't want to be authentic or have an authentic relationship with someone, then these ingredients isn't for you. But I think that being transparent is one of the core ingredients, along with being genuine. Truly being genuine. Wanting to understand someone. But you can't want to understand someone and you're not being transparent. Being transparent with people helps build trust. I agree. So it says communication, compassion, understanding of roles, respect, sacrifice, purpose, etc. That's all a part of it, but you have to be transparent. Don't be afraid to expose yourself. What do I mean? Exposing your thoughts. Well, I ain't want to say this because it's going to rub her the wrong way. So you scared of conflict. Well, I don't really like conflict. Who does? But conflict is necessary. Friction is necessary. It's necessary. And that friction is there to show you a multitude of things. It could be friction because of ego. So now you got to see yourself. Damn, this really the reason why we bumped heads because of my ego. Because of my pride. Really, I use this excuse, but the real reason is because I was envy or jealous of something. Oh no, the real reason. Now I know what I said the reason was, but the root of the reason, it was due from envy and jealousy. See, you are forced to see yourself. But you got to accept yourself. You got to accept your own and be yourself. What is that? What does that mean? Accept your own and be yourself. What is being yourself? What is yourself? We're taught, we say righteous Muslim, but those who are not Muslims, you can say a righteous person. Same thing for us, but we could say a righteous person. That's being yourself. And if you're being a righteous person, that means you're willing to hold yourself accountable. You're willing to, and to accept your own is also not just accepting the good parts of your own, but you are accepting the bad or the poor parts of your own. Your people, whoever you are in the battle with, who those that's in the foxhole, we say in the military with you, those who you are building with, accept your own. Don't just accept the good part of this person. You got to accept the poor part of this person. You understand what I'm saying? Oh, Ali, what up? You held your own. I appreciate that, man. Yeah, a Muslim is one who submits to God, 100%. That is a Muslim, one who submits to God. That's the only thing a Muslim is. A lot of times, again, I was talking earlier about we get too caught up on words and how it translates in our minds based upon how we've been indoctrinated. So, but yes, you have to expose yourself to get a certain level or to be understood on a certain level. But accountability is allergic to the immature. Do you really hold yourself accountable? Right? Do you really hold yourself accountable? You know, I hear people say, someone says, I ain't never been jealous of nobody. I said, damn, you never been jealous of nobody? Like you never felt jealousy ever in your life? And they told me that they never felt jealous of nobody. I said, let's think about that. I didn't say that you had to act negative when you felt the emotion, but to say you never felt jealous of anybody, sheesh. They say they lack that emotion. Now I said, damn, you're superior than God. We're taught that out. We're taught, right? Aren't we taught that God is a jealous God? Worship another God besides him and see how he feels. Woo. But you know, sometimes you just got to allow people to talk. And those same people that told me that they never been jealous of anybody, when I watch and study their actions later on and let life happens, I watch them do things out of jealousy. But you know, feminine melanin. So you never felt jealous of anybody. So you lack the emotion of jealousy. So you lack well, see, I think people mix jealousy and envy. All right, can we break this down? When you envy is taking jealousy in a negative way. To be jealous, so you have the right to be jealous. I'm gonna give you a prime example. If you are married, a woman sees another woman, or a man is cheating on her for another woman, she has the right to be jealous of a woman, of the other woman, because that's her husband. There's nothing wrong with that. It's not, again, we hear the word jealousy. I'm giving y'all vinegar right now. I'm not giving y'all honey. I'm giving y'all vinegar. We hear the word jealous and we immediately think negative. Like, you have the right to be jealous. If a man walks in this house and sees another man hitting his woman, he has the right to be jealous. It's in our nature. Damn, you just took the words right out of my mouth. I'm just looking on the what's the name. It's natural. But you know, I can't argue. Sis says she never felt jealous in ever in her life of anybody ever in her life. I can't argue with you. I don't know how you felt. It's hard. Maybe I'm gonna take this approach. It's hard for me to believe that a competent or a person lacks that emotion. I think that, and I'm not saying this is you, feminine melanin, But I think that a lot of us afraid to admit jealousy because we are viewed jealousy in a negative manner. But God has the right to feel jealous if you're putting another God besides him when he is the creator of all things. You worshiping another God who didn't create you or do nothing for you, and you putting him next to him, he has the right to be jealous. See, it's about context. I don't know what to tell you. I just don't. Maybe as a tiny kid, but as far as one school age, I can't remember. Listen, I can accept that, but to say that you said maybe, but you use the term maybe as a tiny kid. 9 times out of 10, especially when we in our immature stages, we definitely jealousy normally come out of us a lot. Or we deal with jealousy wrong when we are a child. But see, look, you can be happy and jealous at the same time. For instance, like if I see a person, like if my sister, right? My sister accomplished things that I never accomplished. I am truly happy for my sister. Some things that she accomplished, the jealousy emotion came upon because I want that for myself. But I wasn't envious of my sister. Once I become envious, I'm taking it in a negative way. And then now I'm like, oh, she thinks she better. Or, not being genuinely loving what my sister just accomplished. So I feel you on when I see people, when I see people do great things, I love that. That doesn't mean that I don't feel jealous. It's a difference, it's a difference. It's just a little difference, a my boy over here, Mr. Whole Phase Expert. That's really his name, yo. He really hey, yo, listen, come on YouTube, man. Come live with me. Even when it's people who don't like me, I'll always still be happy that things were going well for them. Yeah, and that's just my view. And like I said, I can't tell somebody if they felt jealousy or not. Maybe it's just like that emotion now. All praises due to Allah. I hope people not envy. I just hope people are not envious of each other. Now that's the negative. That's the negative. That's the negative. So we got one person that just never felt it or don't remember. Praise be to Allah. But yeah, we have to expose ourselves. If you want people to understand you, expose yourself. If you want people to, you want to be accepted for who you are, but you don't want people to know who you are. But you do want people to know who you are. Let's make it make sense. Right? You want your, I said earlier, there's men. And I have to, because boys get molested at a young age just as much as little girls do. There are people that's in relationships, marriages. I know personally because my DMs they feel like it's much easier to tell me, but they don't have. And I tell them, have you told this to your partner? Have you told this to your husband? Have you told this to your wife? Have you told this to your mom? Have you told this to your dad? Have you told this to your siblings? No. Then you want to know why you're not getting the love that you want to get. You can't have it both ways. You can't have it both ways. You have to open up. You have to learn to trust. Life is based off of relationships. You have to learn how to trust. You have to be willing to trust. If you want to be loved, like you say you want to be loved, you have to be willing to trust. Please hit the like button, everybody. Please hit the like button. But you got to be willing to trust. You can't get love without trust. I think trust is a part of that ingredient. Gotta have a certain level of that. I think it's imperative. You know, be willing to sacrifice all if you want great rewards of life. If you want great rewards in relationships, any type of relationships, right? You got to have great sacrifices. You got to have great sacrifices on God. Assalamu alaikum, on. My uncle just in the building. How you feeling? You know? But we scared to expose ourselves. I know it's rough. It's rough exposing yourself. It's rough. It's rough out here. I understand. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, you can't have it both ways. You can't have it both ways. Sisters said that they want a man to lead them. Now, sis, what are you willing to do? What are you willing to do? Or what are you willing to, what are you willing to do in order for a man to lead you? That's what you say you want. I had posted it up. Right? That's what you say that you want. You want a man to lead you. What are you willing to do? What are you willing to sacrifice? Are you willing to sacrifice ego? Are you willing to sacrifice what this world had indoctrinated you and all of us on how relationships, quote unquote, supposed to be? Let me put this in here. Are you willing to sacrifice pride? Are you willing to give up a certain level of control? Or I should say, allow or to give away a certain level of control? Talk to me. Ladies, you can respond back. I'm going to post it. I'm going to talk about it. Are you willing? Tell me, what are you willing to do? I want to know, what are you willing to do? Are you willing to give up a certain level of control? Well, why you got to use the word control? Is control a negative thing? That's what it translated in your mind, sis? Have you been indoctrinated? Keep it real. Ladies, keep it real. Have you been indoctrinated that when you hear the word control, you immediately think something negative? Talk to me. Have you been indoctrinated? Soon as you hear the word control, you immediately think of something negative. I see you over there, balancing coach. Balancing coach, come over to YouTube. Let's chop it up. I think it says, I'm giving the best that I got. Are you giving the best that you got? I know that's right. But a lot of times don't even know what you got. Sisters, I heard the minister say, and this is for both men and women, that we as a people, black people, the reason why we are so depressed and frustrated and there's friction and we get into conflict with everybody around us, talking about our own, is because we are like seeds that come on a planet that hasn't germinated. So, in other words, we haven't reached our true potential. And subconsciously, it's so frustrating. You might be with or doing something that you're not, it doesn't make you happy. Because you know in every fiber of your being that you can do a hell of a lot more. And you should have a hell of a lot more. But to have a hell of a lot more, you got to do a hell of a lot more. You can't have more, but don't do more. You need to do more in order for you to have more. I know we want the easy way out. I know this girl used to say, she was talking about, yeah, let me show you how she dropped. Let me show you how she tried to drop this. She's going to say, yeah, you know, every now and again, right? She would say every now and again, hold on, let me see something. There we go. She would say every now and again, damn, my fault. Hold on, y'all. I ain't gonna lose my thought. Somebody call me and mess me all up. Somebody call me and mess me up. Hold on for 2 seconds. Boom. Live. I gotta do this. So people can come over. Go to my YouTube channel, and I'm gonna show you the slickness, or how she tried to be slick. But you can't slick a can of oil, baby girl. I've been knowing this for a while. This ain't that. Right? So, because a lot of women, in my opinion, was duped into believing that they don't need a man, so they wear the moniker strong, independent, build woman. Word up, that's true. Yeah, I like being a good, consistent woman. A man can count on me for various things, just ain't gonna change unless it's the betterment. Why be with someone and get basic and mediocre and below average effort? Person to me to do less on purpose, right? So Shorty said, yeah, you know, I'm used to men, you know, paying my bills, you know, might pay my rent 1 month. You know, I pay my own bills, but every now and again, a couple months or something, you know, I get my bills paid. I don't know why she told me that. I don't know if that was a little hint or whatever. I said, oh, okay, praise be to Allah. Right? She thought that was she thought that was yeah, God's just give me gifts. You know, she thought that was cool. And some of y'all on here might be mad at me because some of y'all think this probably cool. Taking gifts or getting your rent paid from men who you don't see no future with. I'm good off that. First of all, I'm not paying nobody rent. That's not my wife. Never going to happen. Let's just make that perfectly clear here. She thought that, you know, accepting a whole bunch of gifts from different men was cool. That's how she thinks. Now, I got daughters. That's crazy to me. And the dudes that do so now, could she be giving herself to all of them? Could be. I mean, that's her choice. That's her body. I have nothing to do with that. I know we live in a free spirited world, but maybe some guys willing to do it without even going to bed. I know that's probably their intention, but she probably didn't even go to bed with someone. Well, I'm gonna say most of them. Let me just most of them. Regardless, it's still not cool. That ain't cool. That's not something to be proud of. It's not something to be proud of. That's not cool at all. All right. And I damn sure don't know why she told me because that ain't happening. She could bet you one thing for certain. You could bet your bottom dollar I keep in my coins. Now, the best way to get some money out of me, if you got an idea that I see like, damn, this can work. Now I'm willing to invest into your idea and we business partners. I don't mind that all day long. We're not together and I don't currently have the intention to. I do good for others, so I'm not surprised if others do good towards me. Sis, let me post this. Let me post this. If I don't feel understood, let me see it. Oh, here we go, right here. It's cool to me now that if they understand we're not together and I don't currently have the intention to, I do good for others, so I'm not surprised that others do good towards me. Okay, so you willing to walaikum salam, brother Oman. Listen, hold on. Let me put the if you want to come up here, come chat with me. Let me put this in the chat and we can go up. It was a deep breath. Yeah, I got to. Ladies, stop taking gifts from these men that you have no intentions on being with. I'm gonna make it plain. All right. Stop accepting gifts from these dudes that you have no intentions on being with. All right. Going on dates and him paying for your dates and stuff like that is different. I'm not talking about that. You talking about him paying your rent? Because I'm sure, sis, you not paying none of these guys rent. All right. If he was to ask you for some rent money, you're not giving him no rent money. So let's stop the shenanigans. And do we have to have this argument? He's not paying your rent because he just think that, he's just doing good deeds. Let's just be clear here. You know his intent. For the most part. You might have exceptions to the rule, but sis, to believe that you are the exception to the rule or you met the exception to the rule, let's just stop the shenanigans here. All right? Let's stop the shenanigans. Stop taking gifts from these dudes that you have no intentions on being with. I understand some of y'all, I got to do for this. I got to ride. I got my phone bill. Y'all got dudes for everything. And I'm not really trying to knock the hustle here, all right? But respectfully, right? Here we go. Oh, no, you got to come on your screen. You can't do that.
Oh, there you go. No, I was trying to figure out why the other one.
Huh?
I was trying to figure out why I wouldn't mute the YouTube screen because I still had it on my phone. I had to run into out here in the
all right. No, no. You got to show your face.
You say I got a who?
You got to show your face.
Well, I can't show my face at the moment.
All right, so I would bring you back on. I would bring you back on when you could show your face. I need to see facial expressions.
The seriousness to it. Yeah, I would, but I'm on a phone where for whatever reason for the last like 2 weeks the camera is not operating. So I usually use my other phone and I don't got it with me. All right, so that's the only reason why.
So go ahead, say what you want to say.
Look, I was just going to say I am a little slightly different. I come from a certain type of upbringing where I wish people had done for me different type of stuff that I did for them. I had been kind of like abused in a certain fashion. So when it comes to certain different things, I don't see whether it's man or woman when they do stuff for me. I don't see it as I should be alarmed only if I feel like they want something from me that I'm not willing to give. So I know you mentioned, have I ever paid a guy's rent before? Now I haven't done that before because no guy has ever asked me to really pay their rent outright. I've had an ex who asked me to help him with a couple of months of rent, and he would pay me back, but I didn't pay it outright like he was paying me back. But I have dated a guy, decided it's not working, and then I ended up
Say that
seeing
again,
him
you
out
have dated.
downtown in Detroit.
Say that again. You said you have dated a guy.
I have dated a guy, and I mean like dated, we went on 2 dates. And I happened to be downtown when I saw him, and he was with another woman. And I didn't have any issues with it. I didn't care. But he ended up, I was walking back out of the concert, and his car had been towed, that he was with another woman. I nicely, saw what was going on, and I kind of just texted him like, hey, it's gonna close soon. If you want, I could give you the money to go ahead and pay for it because I knew he had lost his job. So he really didn't have income. He was struggling. So I offered to do so, and I did. But I shouldn't say it was based on dinner dates because it wasn't. I just like that he did treat me the way I like to be treated. It's just it was things about him that did not connect for me. I didn't like it, and so I wasn't going to deal with it, of course. But I did, and it was like almost $275 because he also had a ticket. So I paid for it and had no problems with it. Didn't ask for it back. Told him he didn't have to. Understood he was struggling. So that's what I mean by it doesn't bother me if men do stuff for me. You know what I'm saying? And I've never had a guy actually pay my rent. I've owned my home for a while. I've never had a guy to pay for my rent. I never asked the guy to pay for my rent. But there are things that guys have paid for. There definitely have been some things. And even if we're not together, I accept them because I expect good things to come to me. But again, if they don't understand fully that, okay, you're doing this, but you do understand, I'm not interested on you on that level. If you can understand and respect that and we cool and you just want to do good things, great. If I feel they understand that, I fully accept. If I don't, then I don't accept anything. There's been things that some guys have been trying to offer me and I'd be like, nah, I'm fine because I don't want no confusion, no drama, no issues, nobody feeling like I did this for you. Hey, if you didn't do it free heartedly, you should have never did it. Because I don't want those type of issues. But like I said, I usually accept from the guys who seem like they're coming from a good place. And they just like, because I'm a good person, they want to do good things. And I do good things for them and other people as well. Like there's some guys that have never done anything for me and I still have done stuff for them without asking for anything.
Listen, let me just say this. First of all, everybody, can you please hit the like button? Everybody that's in here, please hit the like button. Share it, hit the like button, hit the like button, hit the like button, please. Let me say this, sis. So I'm raising my daughters not to take gifts from men. Right? Inshallah, they not right that they listen. They're gonna do whatever they want to do when they become grown. But I only could control what I'm teaching them. It's a dangerous game with these guys. Like we got to be up to date with the times that we living in. You have guys that's out here who's not really a lot of guys that's really not being genuine, or they might, and they think that they're going to buy their way into you, right? And always buying you gifts, the whole 9 yards. And when they get turned down because you have no intentions on doing anything with them, you see these women being kidnapped. You see these women getting harmed. Over 64,000 black women are up that's missing. Over 64,000. Over 64,000 between the ages of 15 and 40. It's a scary, tough game. These got some of these dudes who's tender, who be like, oh, I did this. How could you? And some women leading these men on, making them think that they're going to get Future Mac. Look at the StreamYard. I sent the link is inside the comments, and then come up, right? It's some of these dudes that are they are crazy, outright, just outright crazy, tender.
I agree with you.
Thinking that because they paid your rent or bought you that Louis bag and the whole night, they investing in you and they not getting nothing in return. You understand what I'm saying? It's a dangerous game.
I don't even have sex with a ton of these guys, so I completely understand.
So it's a dangerous game. Now you're gonna do whatever you want to do because you're grown and you feel like you trust your discernment. But it's a game that I think it'd be wise for women not to play.
Well, I will not disagree with that. I have absolutely heard and seen some bad things before, and like you said, discernment. I just think that some females they go out here on a whim and then they act slow, like they don't think that guys expect things. I always understand that people expect stuff. You know what I'm saying? I always do. All the time, because otherwise, why would they be around you, right? So I completely understand that. But as long as, I state my piece, if they vibe with it and I can feel like that energy is being received correctly and given back correctly, then I'm fine. Outside of that, no. When it comes to my daughter, she's going on 16. There was a young man who I didn't think he was disingenuous. I just felt it was moving too fast for what I felt was appropriate for her age. So, I kind of was just like, well, baby, let me have a talk with you about certain things, because while he may be an innocent young man, because I don't know, I ain't hanging around him, is what he shows in front of me. I just feel like in their generation, everything moves extremely fast for them. They want everything fast. They want everything now. So for me, I wouldn't want my daughter accepting everything until she understood what type of energy she'd be around to know if she can accept none or not accept something. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
So I completely get it. Because again, there are some people I won't take nothing from. They as nice as they want to be when they talk to me, but it's the actions and the stuff that I see them say, especially on social media, where I'm like, oh no, I don't even want to go on a date with them. I don't know. You don't have to buy me dinner. I appreciate that though, because something about them tells me that can go absolutely wrong.
But I again, you feel you trust your own discernment. I teach my daughters not to take no gifts from no man that you're not willing to take serious. That you're not taking seriously, I should say, really in reality. So look what Leigh Sherelle said. She said, I heard on a podcast a girl flew to the Philippines on a man and their dime to take a picture with the elephant. Girls are tricking for tricks, and at times it can get their harm. They can get harmed. It can get them harmed and terminated. And that is true. Listen, let's be clear. Prostitution is real. Prostitution isn't just women sitting on the corner. That ain't just women sitting on the corner. Using men, right? Knowing that you have no real intentions on, but you taking his quote unquote kindness and weakness, him thinking below the belt for granted. But you don't care. Why? Because as long as you get to snap pictures and have it come up and you all over the internet, and you don't have to go in your pocket, right? These are the things that our women is doing. And then when we look at the number of 64,000 Black women, they say you got story starts at home. So, I worry about my own first. 64,000 Black women are missing. Over 64,000.
I've heard. Can you hear me good?
I can hear you, Mac. But first shout out to
Yeah.
Mac, my boy. It's good talking with you again, bro.
Definitely. What's up, yeah, definitely. It's nice to I work a lot, so it's nice to get in tune with the conversation or everything. So
yes, sir.
Yeah, I just got done doing some lawn work, so sorry if I look a little beat up.
Nah, you good, bro. You good. Talk to me. Tell me what you wanted to say.
Oh, yeah, I've heard that number as far as the missing Black women, sometimes it's kind of lowballed compared to what it really is.
Good point. You know, the funny part is that's why I got to use the term over 64,000 because it's actually a low number.
Yeah.
It's actually really a low number. Our women getting kidnapped. Our Black women are being, and look at this. According to that same statistic, the number one time that they are being abducted?
Is it when they put it on their driver's license with the whole organ thing?
Nah, the time of the day.
At night?
In broad daylight.
Nope, it's at night. When the sun sets, that's when you could be with a group of women. You can be with whoever, the only time that you have a less chance of that happening is when you keep your behind in the goddamn house at night. I'm keeping all the way real. I'm grown. You ain't gonna tell me I need to be in the house. Okay, sis. You right. You grown. Well, why we gotta live in a world? Listen, no one is saying that is right. We're saying, how do we prevent you from getting snatched? But you grown. You want to be outside wee hours of the night. And some stories, men is in the house sending their woman to Wawa in the middle of the night and they ain't never coming home. How you send your woman 2 a.m. to go to Wawa for you? This is the craziest thing in the world. Like let's keep it real. It's at night.
Yeah.
If you're not with a man that's willing to die for you, keep your behind in the house. Travel during the day.
I will agree with that.
Where it's much safer, where people can see.
I can't think of an example of when I would want a woman to go out for me at night. Like, I don't think that would ever happen.
Bro.
Like, as you're saying that, I'm sitting here thinking, I'm like, why would...
Well, it happens when dudes are looking for mothers and not wives.
Yeah.
It happens when a dude is there only for he don't really care about the woman. Like, it ain't my shorty. I don't really care. But when as a man, when this is something that you want, I got it. You calling her? What? Yeah, I'm out with my friends. Hey, yo, I don't really like that you be out. I know y'all think it's too controlling, sisters, but when a man loves you, he's trying to protect you at all costs. When a man loves you. And if he's any type of man in general, man, listen, let me tell you something, man. I bark on my mom. Mom, where you at? Oh, yeah, I just went to the store. What do you mean you just went to the store? Go home. You bugging out here. My sister, friend, I don't got to be having sex with you. It could be just a friend. Yeah, I'm out with the man. Take your behind home. You only be running the streets this time of night. What's wrong with you? Oh no, just didn't. I was just not. They know you was just anything. Go home. I'm telling you to go home. If you ever on the phone with me after a certain time and it's night outside, I'm telling you to go home. You don't need to be outside. All right. Your only real excuse if you're traveling on your way to work. All right. Period. all of those want to be bottle girls and the whole 9 yards. You got to get it how you live it. All right. You're getting snatched. You're getting snatched. All them women out in Atlanta and DC coming from the clubs, Houston, they're getting snatched. People just coming up missing. You thinking that she went to a new job. No, you ain't seeing her ever again because she snatched. Let's be real here, man. Let's be real.
It's sad, and I will say that back in my earlier 20s, I was dating a guy. He worked for the casino, and he got off at 2 o'clock in the morning, and he worked 2 jobs. He had 4 kids. And to try and make up for him not having to drive all the way to my house and then drive all the way back in the morning to go to his next job, I was like, oh, okay, baby, yeah, I can just start coming to your house at night. So I would just go to his house at night, and then at a certain point, I was like, you don't even feel comfortable. The more that I do it, the more I don't feel comfortable coming out in the middle of the night. Because normally I would not be coming out in the middle of the night unless I'm going out hanging and I'm with a group of people. But we're talking about I am leaving out the house in the middle of the night for myself, or excuse me, by myself, and going to, have time with somebody, and not even just necessarily sleeping time, but just so I'm there when he gets off work and he's 8 and his clothes and all of that is ready. And I didn't feel safe. And we had a whole big argument over that. Because he was like, you don't understand what I'm doing and where it's going. And I'm like, but I don't feel comfortable. I don't feel safe.
You know, a man that cared about you, because I've been in this position before, you know what he would have done? Not in the middle of the night. Listen, I'm gonna leave the key right here. Just make sure if he wants something in his crib by the time he get off of work, if it was the conveniency, during the day, hey, yo, listen, I'm gonna leave the key on the side. You could just come to my house during the day, not late at night. If it was about conveniency, if that was about conveniency, I'm not having women. All right. If you already out is one thing. Hold on. Let's be clear here. If you already out, knowing I don't like you really being out is one thing. But for you to leave your house just to drive over to my house 2 a.m, no, that ain't happening.
And even to kind of piggyback off of that, like if it's a woman that I like, I don't even want her to feel like she has to be too, like switching up what she's doing because of me. I kind of want to be a convenience just to show her, So I wouldn't want her.
But there is balance in that though, Matt. Hold on, wait. Let me just say this. I agree with you. I agree with that because that's our natural. That's natural, right? We want to make it convenient for her, as we should. But there is balance in that.
Right.
You can't be one thing for certain. I'm not jumping through hoops of fire for you. Mm-hmm. That is not happening. Because the minute that you become like that, listen, it's like I'm not about to, it's kind of like the minute that a man start focusing on a woman, you lost her. She's turned off by that. You have to stay focused on your mission.
Okay.
You have to stay focused on your mission. It's like you got too much time on your hands a little bit. Right? You gotta give time. I'm not saying that you're not making yourself available for her. But the minute that you start focusing on a woman, you lost her. It's not in their nature. Mm-hmm. Their nature is to help you.
I agree.
Right, to help us get to the goal or the mission.
To accomplish the mission. And hopefully that you could find a woman whose mission is in line with yours. So y'all both are attacking the mission together and she can help you on that mission, which is ultimately helping her. Mm-hmm. But the minute that you focus your mind, I'm telling you, you shift everything, like focus on a woman, you lost. You lost.
Yeah, so balance. That's a good way to put it.
You got to have balance. I believe that you have to have balance. If you look at it, look at the nature of a woman. They do it on a and they especially in the younger days, which shows you ultimately their nature, right? The guy that's calling all the time, she don't really like him.
Mm-hmm.
But the guy that does less calling, that's the one who she really wants.
Mm.
That's natural. Because the person who's doing the less calling, that nigga is busy. Right. All right, he's handling business, or supposedly handling business, I should say. All right, we're not talking about those who ain't doing nothing. We talking about the men. All right, we talking about men who out handling business, who out handling responsibilities. That's a turn on for a woman. Man, he got his thing together. How can I help him? That's natural for a woman. How can I improve? He think he got it all, just and the third. How can I help him improve in that?
Mm-hmm.
A woman is a multiplier. You build a house, bro, she turned it to a home. You give her some recipes, she make a meal. She's a multiplier. That's her nature. You go inside a man's house, it's just a house. Yeah, this is my house. You chilling the whole 9 yards. But you can always tell when a woman lived there. That shit is a home. Y'all, I love coming over here. Yo, such and such.
That's true.
She turns that thing into a home. She it's crazy. I'm serious. It's a big difference. You know, you can't, you gotta focus yourself on the mission. Got to. You gotta lead, because guess what? You gotta guide and lead. A lot of men nowadays, they talk about, I've seen it's on a small percentage, but a few men talking about they want to be equal to a woman. I want to look how that sound. Yeah, I want to be equal. I want to be equal to my woman.
But you know, when you said that earlier, like as far as the poll, the thing, it kind of, the reason you gave for them saying that, it was more so the men were more on the defensive, you know, instead of initiating. I think I said that in the comment too.
Yeah, yes, you did.
But that was what that, you know, that's kind of where my mind went when I heard that.
Hold on, Matt. Hold on. You got some men that say, yeah, I'm equal to my woman. Ain't no head of the household around here. Yeah, she the head of the household.
That whole statement says it, right?
Yo.
And it's like they only equate it to money when there's so many other things.
So many. Listen, you heard what Jadakiss said in that on that Usher record Throwback. I brought a lot of things to the table besides income. All right. So the thing about it is, look how that sounds. Yeah, I'm equal to my woman. It doesn't even sound right. No woman respects a man that she's equal to. It's not in her nature. It's not in her nature. Other than that, she's just going to be with a woman.
Right.
If you notice, look what women do when they gay, right? Look what women do. One of them is the aggressor, and the other one is the submissive one, right? One of them is the quote unquote the man. That's their name. Somebody has to lead.
Mm-hmm.
All this talk about, yeah, it's 50-50 in my household. Yo, black people be lying, yo. I swear. I wish I seen my live on the one feminine melanin. I'm gonna click you out, okay? You good? Stay in the
Yes,
comments.
I am. I was actually waiting on y'all to finish that one so I can tell y'all that I have to get on back to the party, because now they starting to be like knocking on the door, like, what you doing sitting in here?
I got you. Thank you for coming on and building with me.
Oh, no problem. This is a great conversation. See you guys.
Thank you. But yeah, I'm equal to my woman. My woman ain't no head of the household around here.
Yeah, I don't know if they feel like that's easier or because you even said something. What'd you say?
I said, first of all, they lying.
Yeah, but you said something else earlier too that I kind of picked up over the years, and it was that regardless of how we want to like formulate it, if things go bad, we will be accountable.
That's right. It's the man's fault.
Yeah.
So if the relationship doesn't go right, and it's my fault anyway, God damn it, I'm the driver of this car. All right. No, I need this thing to go the way how I need it to go. All right. Period. Because I'm gonna take the blame for it anyway. If I choose the equal route and it goes wrong, it's my fault. If I let you be the head of the household and it goes wrong, it's my fault. Well, you should have been a man, right? Ain't that's what people gonna say? You should have been a man. That was your problem. She gonna blame you herself. Well, I wouldn't have to be the head of the household if you was man enough.
Right.
Yeah.
And it was interesting, and because what led into that was when I was mentioning my first marriage, and there were scenarios where I didn't push back as much as I probably would now on certain issues. And like certain discussions we had leading into the separation was like, oh, well, she was like, oh, well, you let me. And I'm like, and so when you said that, I'm like, wow, so definitely been in that situation.
Yeah, listen. Crazy.
It's true.
No, but man, we got to keep it real out here, man.
Oh yeah.
We really got to keep it real out here. We got to stop lying, and we got to be really authentic and true to ourselves. A lot of men know, they playing off this, and what I don't like, but I understand, they playing off they want to be equal, so we might as well split everything because we they want to be equal. That was your way because that's your way saying you really don't got no money and you really need help. That's really what it is. And you don't hear no man that got it that's saying that. It's only those, and let's keep it real. Most of us don't got it. Black men only make 30 to 40,000 a year.
Mm-hmm. You don't. Yeah, I think it was like 42.
42. Yeah, topping at 42 right now. You don't got it. Like. You don't got it. I understand. Like, bro, like you don't got it. You need help. Say you need help. Expose yourself to your woman, babe. Listen, I got a mission. I need you. Listen, we need to have a plan, a financial plan. Now, eventually this is where I want to get to where I could financially take care of us. But right now, currently, babe, I can't financially take care of us. We need a plan. Let's build so I can be in a position that I could take care of us financially. And all the money that you make, you can really keep to yourself.
Mm-hmm.
What's wrong with that? What's wrong with that? These women taking care of these dudes anyway. At least she don't mind going 50-50.
But as you'll hear a lot of women say, like a man with a plan, So
a man with a plan.
Mm-hmm.
A man with the plan. A man with the plan. And that's what they're going to, it's an idea. You can picture it. She needs to be able to see it.
Right.
And especially when you come with that level of, listen, man, big, I ain't going to hold you. But how you doing with you? Listen, I don't have it. I'm not financially where I need to be at. Mm-hmm. I want to. That woman got to work too. Stop making me thinking that you're supposed to, this Cinderella taking, the glass shoe type of man. Please, bro. You're not the prince. All right. And she don't got no glass shoe. All right. Stop the shenanigans. All right. Y'all need to build. I'm not taking care of no woman that don't want to shoot with me in the gym. You lost your mind. No, we got to work together. Guess what that does? It builds trust and it makes the bond even that much stronger. And now I'm even more willing as a man. You want to take care of your woman. You want that. Especially someone you love. Man, please, you ain't living off of me.
Yeah, and then, the other thing about that is, because we know, especially past few years, like hard times are inevitable, and you would rather go through hard times with somebody who you trust, who you know was there, beforehand. It's easier that way.
Yeah, with all women typically hated. Live with or all women typically hated and resent a woman who tolerates it. That is true. That is true. She says some men who live with or off women typically hate it and resent a woman who tolerates it. Yeah.
Well, I didn't know how to look at the comments at first from here. Okay.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? She definitely said that. This is a true statement. That's definitely a true statement.
Oh, that's Miss Leigh Sherrill.
Yep. The queen is definitely on right now. And man, we just got to keep it real with each other. Let's just keep it real, bro. We don't got it. You don't got it.
As long as you know how you're gonna get it,
bro. At the end of the day, have a plan. A man with a plan could go a long way. And he love a woman even more when he meets a woman that believes in the plan and can help the plan.
Right.
She might could tweak the plan a little bit more. Not might. I'm sure she's a thinker that can tweak the plan even more because your plan was by yourself
right
at first. But now you got another thought that come in there and says, we can improve in this area. The biggest room in the house is room for improvement. Women have things to offer.
Mm-hmm.
For men, the problem is the lack of respect. See, men don't realize this. To disrespect a woman or have lack respect for women is lack respect for yourself.
Right.
Well, how? How? Well, who produced it? The man has the X and Y gene. The X gene being female, Y gene being male. She didn't make herself. It started off with you. And so to disrespect that gene is to disrespect what's in you. So she's a thinker and a God like you a thinker and a God. But the lack of respect for women is because men has a lack of respect for themselves. Well, how you say that? Because you think below the belt. All you worry about is sex. You hurt too. Come on, bro. Let's be real here. These jokers get hurt by women. Now I'm never taking it. Oh, it's up. Now it's just skewed. Stop the shenanigans.
Mm-hmm.
A lack of discipline. All this pointing fingers back and forth. This is childish, man.
Yeah, letting that hurt dictate, your future decisions. You can really block blessings.
For real. 100%. We got to stop the shenanigans here. We really got to stop the shenanigans, man. I got you, brother Craig. Salam alaikum. It's one and the same. Man, please, I ain't playing those games. Listen, I know one thing. Hey, Matt.
Mm-hmm.
I'm actually about to go live with hold on for a second. I'm actually about to go live. I'm actually about to go live with Aaron. He's on live on another show. I'm about to jump on it. The reason a man will resent you in most cases because he is threatened by your low standards, and you either going to leave him for worse or maybe better. It depends.
Are you going on his Facebook? I don't see his Instagram anymore.
No, I think he's on. I think he's on. A clarification that needs to be said.
He's on Instagram.
No, he's on YouTube. He always going live on YouTube. So hold on for a second. I'm about to tell you right now.
Okay.
I think he live right now.
Yeah, I'm gonna hop in the comments. I gotta get some dinner.
All right, yeah. So I appreciate you jumping on here.
Most definitely.
Hopefully y'all can take something from here. Great conversation, great discussion. Take pieces of it. My Cash App, everybody. People always be hitting me in my DMs talking about, man, we want to support you. We be supporting everybody. Y'all just put your Cash App up there. And it actually went off. First of all, I meant to shout the people out that actually Cash App me, because it actually went off. Wow. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So I appreciate it. And Mac, we're gonna pick this thing back up. All right, bro?
Alrighty. Yeah.
Deuces, everybody.